Levorg. Odd name, isn't it? Ask Subaru, and it comes from the conglomeration of Legacy, the Japanese market name for our liberty, revolution, entering. Ask any Subaru enthusiast, though, and the 2016 Subaru Levorg is the first Pleiades-stamped car since the 4th-generation Liberty GT wagon and 2nd-generation GG Impreza WRX hatch to combine genuine performance potential with boosted practicality. Problem is, to make a decent dent in the sales charts, the 2016 Subaru Levorg needs to appeal to more than just a handful of niche enthusiasts. With this in mind, Subaru Australia opted to offer Australian buyers the choice of 3 variants from launch. There's the entry-level 2.0 GT, $42,990 before on-road costs, a step higher 2.0 GTS, $48,890 before on-road costs, and a tricked-up 2.0 GTS Spec B, $52,890 before on-road costs. James Ward was lucky enough to review the STI-laden Spec B back in August, but here we have the other end of the scale, the base 2.0 GT. At 4,690 mm long and 1,780 mm wide, the Subaru Levorg is 225 mm longer and 85 mm wider than a 2007-era Impreza WRX hatch, confirming its place between its 2 forebears. That also makes it 30 mm shorter and 50 mm wider than Subi fan favorite, the 2007 spec 4th-generation based Liberty GT tuned by STI. Side note, how good was 2007? Anyway, under the Levorg 2.0 GT's WRX bonnet scoop lies the same turbocharged 2.0-liter horizontally opposed boxer 4-cylinder petrol engine as you'll find in the 2.0 GTS and GTS Spec B. Teamed to the same continuously variable transmission, CVT, with paddle shifters and 8-stepped gears and full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive system exclusively employed across the range. The WRX-sourced F820 churns out 197 kilowatts of power at 5,600 revolutions per minute and 350 Nm of torque between 2,400 to 5,200 revolutions per minute. Visually tamer than the riced-up Spec B, the base Levorg can still draw an eye. There's the obligatory bonnet scoop and sports body kit, along with 18-inch alloy wheels, a neat little roof spoiler, and a plastic rear diffuser housing dual chrome-tipped exhausts. There's also chrome around the grille and between the fog lights and halogen daytime running lights, a chrome tailgate garnish, and door-mounted power-folding wing mirrors with integrated indicators. Standard equipment on the entry-level model is highlighted by a push-button start, auto-off LED low-beam headlights and LED tail lights, rear privacy glass, dual-zone climate control, a 6-speaker stereo, and a 6.2-inch touchscreen with Bluetooth phone connectivity and audio streaming and voice recognition. A rear-view camera and 7 airbags are also included as standard, along with Subaru's highly respected eyesight monitoring overlord, comprising autonomous emergency braking, a lane departure warning, a lead vehicle start alert, and adaptive cruise control. Combined, they help the Levorg score a 5-star NCAP safety rating. That said, higher spec variants additionally gain blind spot monitoring, lane change assist, side view monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and high beam assist. Regardless of trim grade, though, front or rear parking sensors are not standard, and not available as options. The Levorg also features an electronic parking brake, however, it's not tied to any auto hold function. Slot yourself between the flat and narrow, but comfortable enough, manually adjustable cloth seat and a leather-wrapped, multifunction steering wheel, with a mildly confronting 21 buttons on it, and you're met with a sea of gray, dotted with silver and gloss black accents. Alloy sports pedals and an alloy footrest are nice touches, as are Levorg-branded floor mats, rake and reach adjustment for the steering wheel, and height-adjustable seat belts. Despite unhelpfully slim door pockets, storage in the Levorg isn't bad, with 2 cup holders, a decent glove box, and an acceptable, felt-lined, Center console bin that houses a 12-volt outlet and 2 USB inputs. Its lid also slides forward and back. A small, lipped cubby, home to USB and O inputs and another 12-volt outlet, is also handily tucked into the base of the center stack. Some way off feeling as premium as the well-respected 4th-generation Liberty GTs, the Levorg's basic and fairly drab cabin is far from poor. It's just let down by some mediocre materials, plenty of plastics, and low-rent elements such as a floor-mounted fuel flap release. Jump in the back, and it's the same. There's respectable amounts of legroom, and headroom is quite good. However, toe room is tight. There's a tall central floor hump, small door pockets, and again, comfortable enough seating, with a rear bench lacking in shape and support. There are 2 ISOFIX-compatible outboard seats, 2 map pockets, 2 USB inputs, grab handles and coat hooks, and a good quality fold-down center armrest with a nicely finished gloss black and silver twin cup holder unit, but no rear vents. You can drop the 60 hours 40-minute split-fold rear seats from either shoulder-based or boot-mounted releases, which is great. Plus, dropping properly flat means no rear seat base/boot floor load lip to contend with at all. Excellent for loading longer, larger items into the Levorg's 522-liter boot, expandable to 1,446 liters. Although more than adequate in isolation, further helped by its underfloor cargo blind storage, 2 luggage hooks, 4 tie-down hooks, and excellent low-load lip, the Levorg's flexible back end is still 208 liters shy of that of a Ford Mondeo wagon, 730 liters. 66 liters off a Skoda Octavia wagon, 588 liters, and 128 liters down compared with the Volkswagen Passat wagon, 650 liters. It does still, however, outdo both the Hyundai i40, 506 liters, and Mazda 6, 506 liters, wagons. And, while a space-saver spare wheel tucked under the boot floor is a good bonus, those 6 foot or above will need to watch their heads, as the Levorg's tailgate doesn't open terribly high. The latter is also sans any power operation. On the road, there really are only 2 ways to drive the Levorg 2.0 GT, sedately, with the C-Drive system in intelligent mode, or significantly more spiritedly, in sport sharp. Instantly altering the car's character, a push of the steering wheel-mounted C-Drive button can transform the Levorg from being doughy, lethargic, and largely unresponsive and underwhelming, to endowing the turbocharged wagon with the sort of deceptive speed and sharpness more likely to please loyal Subaru fans. But, while outright engine performance is reasonable when in the correct mode, economy from the 95-octane premium unleaded drinking boxer isn't great. Unaided by any fuel-saving stop-start technology, the Levorg averaged 9.8 liters per 100 kilometers over its week in the car advised garage minus 1.1 liters/100 kilometers up on the car's 8.7 liters/100 kilometers combined cycle claim. Able to deliver solid mid-range pickup from around 3,000 to 3,500 revolutions per minute, and even greater pull from 4,500 revolutions per minute. There's not a lot on offer from the 2.0-liter below 2,500 revolutions per minute, particularly so when driving in intelligent mode. Strain your ears and you might pick up some faint turbo induction noise from under the bonnet scoop. However, sadly, much of this is far too easily drowned out by CVT whine, which becomes notably invasive at 4,500 revolutions per minute and beyond. Teaming more weight than is necessary with less feedback than we'd like, the Levorg's electric power steering is reasonably responsive to inputs, though wooden and dulled in terms of feel and driver engagement. Despite plenty of grip and excellent corner exit traction from the combination of all-wheel drive and the standard 225mm wide, 45 aspect Dunlop Sport Max 050 tires, the Levorg's subpar brakes simply aren't very good, and therefore, make building confidence tricky. Pedal feel itself isn't too bad, it's quite neutral and even, but the performance attached to the four-wheel ventilated disc brakes is a significant and surprising letdown. The biggest disappointment of the entry-level Levorg, however, is reserved for its ride. Busy and agitated on all but the smoothest of roads, the McPherson strut front, double wishbone rear setup is rarely ever composed, balanced, or calm, with even finer and minor road faults still picked up and often poorly dealt with. Managing to combine a firm initial contact with a soft and slack rebound, the Levorg's poor body control simply accentuates and amplifies every imperfection. Come across speed humps or choppy roads, and things simply become tiring and aggravating. As mentioned, there are occasional moments where the ride is tolerable, but these are rare occurrences. So, the 2016 Subaru Levorg 2.0 GT is a funny one. With its, at times, lackluster performance, unsatisfactory brakes, and severely imperfect ride, it's far from going to impress Subaru enthusiasts of old. However, while it might be the first Subaru for some time to blend decent sporting potential with increased practicality and flexibility, its notable shortfalls and dearer running costs are unlikely to tempt a wider audience away from the likes of the Mazda 6, Ford Mondeo, Volkswagen Passat, and Skoda Octavia. Although the Levorg is covered by a 3-year/unlimited kilometer warranty and 12 months roadside assist, its 6 monthly/12,500 kilometer scheduled services, whichever comes first, are capped at between $312.79 and $524.05 per service, totaling $2,253.90 over the first 3 years of ownership or to 75,000 kilometers. If you're an old-school Liberty GT, WRX hatch enthusiast, the Full House 2.0 GTS Spec B, with its SDI add-ons, might be a better option to consider, albeit a more costly one. For the rest of us though, the base Levorg struggles to be a compelling enough proposition. It might have some highlights, such as eyesight and its flat folding rear seats, but the Subaru Levorg is just not a car that enjoys being punted along or hassled. Equally, it's far from being the most comfortable, compliant, or relaxing car to drive every day, which, all in all, is a shame.